Welcome to this explainer. Think about your day so far. You've probably used a search engine, relied on an algorithm to curate your social media feed, and maybe even used AI to draft an email or summarize a huge document. We're living in an era where we possess incredibly sophisticated tools to organize all of our external data. But here is the profound irony of modern life. While our digital files are perfectly sorted, our internal minds remain utterly chaotic. We're overwhelmed, we've got way too many mental tabs left open, we're experiencing processing errors, and frankly, there's just a lot of emotional lag.
Okay, let's dive into this because this is exactly the paradox we're looking at today. How do we take the exact same level of systematic organization we apply to our tech and apply it to our own consciousness? To answer that, we aren't looking to Silicon Valley. No, we're actually turning to a 2,500-year-old solution that was designed to do exactly what our modern algorithms do, but for the human mind.
The source material for our analysis today is the Dasuttara Sutta. Now, while this is fundamentally a foundational Buddhist text delivered by the Venerable Sāriputta, one of the Buddha's chief disciples, today we're going to look at it through a very specific lens. We're going to treat it as an ancient, highly systematic algorithm. It's a brilliant, logical framework explicitly designed to declutter the human mind, categorize our mental states, and optimize our internal processing. It is, quite literally, an operating manual for human consciousness. Here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, the AI era context. 2, the 10 by 10 matrix. 3, what to delete. 4, what to program. And finally, the ultimate output. Starting with Section 1, the AI era context and the need for internal organization. Let's move right into Section 2, the 10 by 10 matrix, Venerable Sāriputta's architecture. And this brilliantly illustrates how Venerable Sāriputta didn't just throw together a random list of thoughts to organize our minds. He built an incredibly specific action plan across 10 distinct categories. Every mental state is mapped by the exact action you must take. For every numerical group of concepts, he identifies what's helpful, what you must develop, what to understand, what to abandon, what leads to decline, what leads to distinction, what is hard to penetrate, what to make arise, what to know, and ultimately what to realize. It's just so remarkably systematic. Because he maps groups of 1 through 10 across those 10 categories, this creates exactly 100 distinct mental categorizations. 10 times 10 is 100. It's this massive, comprehensive database of the entire human experience. But don't worry, we're not going to read through all 100 today. Instead, we're going to selectively sample the absolute most vital, actionable ones that you can apply immediately to your own mental optimization. Which brings us to Section 3, what to delete, the dhammas to abandon. Think of the negative mental states from the matrix as mental malware. They are bugs that slow us down, corrupt our processing, and quite simply, just need to be uninstalled. Listen to this incredibly relatable list pulled directly from the source text. These are the 8 causes of laziness. And it's amazing because our minds generate these exact same excuses today. We tell ourselves, I'm going to work, so I'll get tired, I should sleep. Or, I just finished working, I'm tired, I should sleep. I have to travel soon, I should rest. I just got back from traveling, I need rest. I'm way too hungry to work. Oh wait, now I ate too much and I'm too full to work. I feel slightly sick. I just got over being sick. It is absolutely fascinating how the 2,500-year-old human brain produced the exact same ancient procrastination malware that our brains do today. Pinpointing these excuses is the very first step to deleting them. Now, what's really interesting about this is how the text directly contrasts our environment. When categorizing groups of 2, the sutta explicitly states that having bad friends is a factor that leads to your decline. Conversely, having good friends is a factor that leads to your distinction. It's a simple, binary truth. The people you network with either corrupt your mental software or they upgrade it. You've got to edit your social environment just as ruthlessly as you edit your digital one. And what about anger? Well, the sutta provides a highly logical 9-point categorization for systematically letting go of anger. It teaches us to realize we absolutely cannot control what others have done, what they are doing, or what they will do. And that applies to what they do to us, to the people we love, or even to the people we dislike. By breaking down the anatomy of a grudge into these 9 precise, logical statements, the sutta actually helps us process and permanently delete anger from our mental hard drive rather than just suppressing it. Moving to Section 4, what to program. The dhammas to develop. Once we delete the malware, we suddenly have the bandwidth to install new software. The text emphasizes a massive core dichotomy here. Unwise attention versus wise attention, which is known in Pali as yoniso manasikara. Unwise attention is what happens when we leave our minds on default settings. You know the feeling, automatically reacting to notifications, getting completely swept away by emotions, and just engaging in careless thinking. Wise attention, on the other hand, is deliberate. It's pausing, observing, and focusing your mental processing power on what actually matters. It's the conscious shift from an automated reaction to a programmed intentional response. Let's move on and see how this builds into an actual methodology. To develop that wise attention, the Sutta categorizes groups of 4 by presenting the 4 foundations of mindfulness. This is a progressive, 4-step framework designed specifically to eliminate worldly distress. You start by observing your physical body. Then you observe your feelings and sensations. Next, you move deeper to observe the state of your mind itself. And finally, you observe dhammas, the overarching mental objects and phenomena. It's a step-by-step diagnostic tool to keep your internal system running smoothly and consciously. And that brings us to Section 5, the ultimate output, true peace. We've talked about what to delete and what to program, but what is the ultimate goal of all this intense mental data sorting? Why put in the effort to categorize these 100 states of consciousness? Well, the ultimate output of the Dasuttara Sutta's algorithm is profound. When we successfully abandon the negative states, when we actively develop the positive ones, and when we systematically understand our own minds, the output isn't just productivity. It's complete liberation from suffering. It is achieving nirvana, a true, unshakable inner peace that simply cannot be disrupted by the chaotic data of the external world. We extinguish the errors in our system permanently. So the crucial point is how the text itself validates this entire process. Throughout the Dasuttara Sutta, after outlining each massive section of the matrix, Venerable Sāriputta repeats a really powerful guarantee. He states that these principles are true, certain, not mistaken, not otherwise, perfectly awakened to by the Tathagata. This isn't just some loose theory. It's presented as a perfectly tested, flawless algorithm. Millions of people have run this code over millennia, and the output of peace remains totally consistent. We invest billions of dollars and countless hours trying to organize the world's information using technology. We optimize our devices to run flawlessly. But I want to leave you with this final, vital question. If AI can organize all the data in the world, what are you actively doing to organize the data in your own mind? The framework has been waiting for you for 2,500 years. I'd say it's time to start programming. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer.